Uh, Welcome, ladies and germs. Welcome to another Raw review. Now, as you are well aware, I did make a SummerSlam review of the main event, and because I was actually very pissed last week, I was like ferociously pissed, I didn't even bother making a Raw review because I was that pissed off. But I'm back, and I'm ready to get back to work. So, let us begin the Raw review for August 26th. Now, we start the show off with basically Triple H explaining the reason why the McMahon family humiliated him last week by not only having him kicked out, beat up, and then RKO'd. Well, apparently the reason is that Daniel Bryan made this personal. He made it personal by insulting his wife, insulting his own, vision and stuff like that. Typical heel nonsense. We all know the McMahon family made it personal when they decided to just take away Daniel Bryan's moment. And then, he proceeds to, invite the new WWE champion, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, down, and talks about how, he feels happy, he feels comfortable that the WWE is, in good hands with a fresh face, even though Randy Orton is not a fresh face. He's been there for years, so I guess it didn't really make sense on that one. And he says, you know what? I'm going to give you a personal gift. I'm going to give you an Escalade. He gives him a nice black Escalade. Nice car, too. Very nice, very nice. They're enjoying this. Oh, mind you, reminder, the Shield are out there running as bodyguards. I swear they're like the children of Big Boss Man, God bless his soul. I didn't know he died. I really did not know he died. He was a great performer. We lost a good one. But I digress. Shield are running, security like they did last week. And Daniel Bryan comes out. He's talking about, wow, Randy, you really do deserve it. You really do deserve everything you're getting. But, I wonder what would happen if I beat you at Night of Champions, because that is when they're facing off again, Night of Champions. I wonder what happens if I beat you and I become the new face of the company. Would that make me the face of WWE? I'd say yeah. Triple H begins to mock him, saying, "Oh, you're so cute with your dreams." And, it's good that they're playing up this whole making fun of Daniel Bryan, but I really it gets under my skin when, the McMahon family treats this guy like a little kid. It's it really gets under my skin, and as heels, they're supposed to do that, so they're doing their damn job. Seriously, WWE is at a great high point right now. It's been more interesting than it has been in a while. But, it bothers me that they're doing that to Daniel Bryan. I can't wait for Daniel Bryan to get his comeuppance, for Daniel Bryan to get his comeuppance on those guys. He talks about that in the business world, that, image and stature and everything matters. So they're basically playing up this whole thing as Daniel Bryan is a B-plus performer, and while he's an okay tactician, he doesn't have the look that WWE wants. And I like the angle they're using. It frustrates me, but I like the angle they're using because, throughout the year or just age of Cena, it's really been more the things where they've been looking over, how a person's... let's be honest, Vince is obsessed with bodybuilders. For some strange apparent reason, bodybuilders must turn him on. You got a guy like Cena, who is an okay wrestler, but just not at the wrestling level as guys like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, CM Punk, and Daniel Bryan. So, in a day and age where, it really seems like actually wrestling doesn't really matter to get the WWE Championship, this is a good angle because both Orton and Daniel Bryan especially are great wrestlers. So, this is a really good angle. Triple H says that he's going to punish Daniel Bryan by ruining this moment by making him go up against the gauntlet match against the Shield, which will serve as the main event. And boy, does that get heated. We continue off with the show by having Cody Rhodes versus Fandango, with Damien Sandow as the special commentator. However, that does not last long, because as the match starts, The Miz with Rosa Mendez, with The Miz dressed up as Fandango, comes in with his music and starts just why? Where did he get those pants? No, better question, why did he wear those pants? Anyway, Lord Miz, I love you, kid, but that's just wrong. Anyway, Cody Rhodes tries to get the roll up, but as I believe... Wait, Yes, I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes did defeat Fandango. He did defeat him, but then Damien Sandow came in right after and beat him up. Then The Miz proceeded to come in and beat up Fandango. Brad Maddox comes in. You can do the math. A tag team match between Cody Rhodes and The Miz versus Damien Sandow and Fandango, with Cody Rhodes and The Miz getting the win by ending it using The Miz's patented skull-crushing finale. Pretty okay match. I like the feud between Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes. I hope they build on that more, and the Money in the Bank briefcase can get involved. I don't mind if it gets involved now, because they already had a personal rivalry. I like the fact that that was established. But having a match with the Money in the Briefcase on the line with Damien Sandow winning at Night of Champions would be interesting. Just saying. I don't know where they're going with Miz and Fandango. We'll see where it goes. Anyway, next we have CM Punk against the Intercontinental Championship. This match was made by the Intercontinental Champion, Curtis Axel, on SmackDown when he challenged him to it. Great match, better aftermath. Oh man, was this aftermath good. Because if CM Punk had managed to defeat Curtis Axel, which he did, he was able to get his hands on Paul Heyman because of the vote of the WWE Universe or fans, whether you like to call them that or not. Of course, C was chosen, and Paul Heyman had no choice. Man, Paul had a rough night. Although he would have, if it wasn't for their brilliance, because as it looked like CM Punk was about to get his hands on Paul Heyman finally, Curtis Axel came back with a low blow. A low blow that knocked him out, and then Paul Heyman revealed handcuffs from his pockets. He handcuffed CM Punk, and CM Punk got an advantage actually by using his legs. But one time, Paul Heyman should listen to Michael Cole when he always says, well versatile with his hands and feet. One time you should listen to him. Anyway, he kicked Curtis Axel down on the ground, and proceeded to basically kick the crap, literally, out of Paul Heyman until Curtis Axel got a steel chair. This is where it gets bad for Punk, but great for ratings. They had Curtis Axel tie him down, basically, hold him down. Curtis Axel beforehand got a kendo stick, and Paul Heyman proceeded to beat the living hell out of CM Punk. This segment was so good. I was wondering, what the hell are they going to do now? I mean, Brock Lesnar's gone for a while, so I wonder how they're going to do this. Man, it didn't disappoint. This rivalry between CM Punk and Paul Heyman, or the Heyman stable, is really good. I mean, like, he just proceeds to beat his ass. I mean, this was just great. I mean, great segment all around. I mean, like, really, there was no bad moment in this. This is just great. Just pure unadulterated violence. That's what I like to see. Next, we have a cool down moment. Brie Bella defeated Natalya with the Bella Buster. Apparently, that's what her finishing move was called. I didn't know that until my brothers and sisters told me that. But after Brie Bella wins, AJ Lee comes in and pretty much rips on the entire Total Divas cast, talking about how she's done more in her career, in her 1 year in her career, than all their careers put together. It's sad, but other than the exception of Natalya, who's also been a Women's Divas Champion, she's right. I mean, like, seriously. I know one of the Bella Twins was a Divas Champion too, but, like, seriously, AJ is really the most noticeable Divas Champion since in a while. So, I like this angle they're going. I hope, you'll see more of this in the Total Divas cast, because the Divas have never been more important. Next, we've got Rob Van Dam against the World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio, or Alberto Del Boring, as many Bleacher Report fans like to call him. I guess this match was okay. What's interesting enough, Ricardo Rodriguez is now in Rob Van Dam's corner. I think it would have been better and more hilarious if he was in Rey Mysterio's corner, but Rey's not back yet, so what are you going to do? I guess Rob Van Dam was the best thing. I guess. Anyway, Rob Van Dam defeats Del Rio with a roll-up, making him the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. That'll be a match to see at Night of Champions. Sorry about that. Next, we have one of the main events. WWE Champion Randy Orton against Christian. Man, the promo leading to this was kinda epic. Well, the small segment, that's what I mean. Like how Christian talked about how Renee Young, I believe, was talking to Christian about how WWE has become more of a dictatorship, and Christian was like, well, if you say anything bad about them, you end up surprisingly in a gauntlet match against the Shield. But, it's true, man. I mean, like, a typical heel tactic. They never want the truth to be said. God, I can't wait for the McMahons to get theirs. Where's Stone Cold when you need him? Anyway, Randy Orton comes back and says, "Oh, do you have a problem with this new regime?" Of course you don't have a problem with this new regime, Andy. You're the WWE Championship and you're sucking... Sorry. Anyway, Christian goes on to say a hilarious comment talking about how Triple H likes to play with sledgehammers, but it looks like he found himself a new tool. Ain't that the truth? Anyway, we get over to the match, and the match was okay. I kind of expected it to be better considering their history, but it was okay. Most noticeable things are this is the spear, Randy Orton's thumb to the eye, to Christian's eye, and the RKO. I really love how JBL can defend this man. I know he's a heel announcer, but Jesus Christ, he's another guy that's getting on my nerves. What a great champion. I was like, JBL, shut the hell up. Anyway, we got Titus O'Neil defeating Jack Swagger. Now, I'm mixed about this one. At first, I didn't like the primetime players when they were heel. And then even when they were heel, I was starting to like them because I thought they were funny. So it's really hard for me, everything, because everyone knows Darren Young came out and said he was gay, which, once again, I'm totally for. Like, you know what? Props to you, man, for standing up for what you believe in. But, like, this is going to lead to people saying they're only getting a push because Darren Young said he was gay. And I don't want to say that because I'd like to think with their charisma and their comedy, they would have gotten a push eventually. It looks like they're headed for a rivalry with the Real Americans, who I think should get a push as well. We'll see where that goes. Well, the main event. Daniel Bryan versus The Shield. Now, technically, Daniel Bryan did win in a great match against The Shield, mostly against Seth Rollins because, you know, it was interrupted once he had Dean Ambrose in the Yes Lock. But man, I love what they're doing with this. This was a great gauntlet match. Also, side note, oh, and I totally forgot to mention the best part. I'm sorry. Beforehand, you know, the whole car that Randy Orton got? Well, let's call it a Escalade now. Daniel Bryan had spray painted it, yes, all over it. So now, as punishment, and because everybody was happy about that, both outside of the fans and inside the locker rooms, Triple H forced all of the members of the WWE Superstars to go out there and watch. And if they interfered, did anything, they'd be fired. Typical heel dick move. Anyway, sorry I forgot to mention that. Back to the match. A great match between Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan. This is what I love to see. Now with guys like John Cena and Sheamus getting a well-deserved rest for both their bodies and the fans, because both their still acts, this is what we want to see. Other wrestlers getting a shine. I can't believe it only took John Cena freaking having a baseball on his elbow and Sheamus having a huge bruise on his leg for WWE to finally actually use the other stars that they have. Seriously, have a whole crop of talent just waiting in the back to shine. But no, they can't shine because of the Fantastic F4. Cena, Sheamus, Randy Orton, and CM Punk. And at least CM Punk doesn't take up that much screen time. He does take a lot, but at least he lets other guys shine. It's like the other three would never let people shine. This is what I like to see. The match between Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins was just... God, it's like every time The Shield and Daniel Bryan fight, you just know you're in for a great match. That's like one of the few matches right now that they could do over and over again, but because these guys are so damn good in the ring, it doesn't matter. It doesn't feel like punishment. It just feels like, yes, keep doing this match. Daniel Bryan's doing great as a face. His battle with the McMahons is definitely an uphill battle, but we'll have to see and find out. Well, that is pretty much what happened on Raw. You know, that and, you know, another Shield slam to Daniel Bryan, and then an RKO, and then Triple H with the whole, yeah, you like that? Laugh now, laugh now. It's very ironic that now he's changing his old theme song to Bow Down to the Game, that one. Ironically enough, God, this man's ego. Anyway, it was a good Raw. I'm looking forward to SmackDown, and we will see what happens later on in the rest of the Wrestling Week. I'm Rohan Lawrence. This has been the Raw Review. Leave your comments below, subscribe, like. Also, on a side note, I don't know if I can keep on making reviews anymore because I literally have to go back to college next Monday. Well, this Monday, actually. So we'll see what happens. I would love to try to keep doing this because this has been fun for me. Hope you guys have been enjoying it too, and I will see you guys later. Peace!